Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Diwalog. I hope you all are doing well and feeling all festive up. Now for today's video, I wanted to share with you guys this soft glam makeup tutorial that's just perfect for this festive season, especially for Diwali. I love the soft features that we have going on. Everything's just so meshed in, so beautiful and gorgeous. And I feel like if you try out this makeup tutorial, you will end up falling in love with it. It's easy and I've also tried to keep all of the products affordable, but of course you can use whatever you have. You don't need to have the same products, and you can always switch up the eye color looks for different colors or just keep it more neutral and softer or however it is that you prefer. So without any further ado, if you want to know how I got this look, then please keep on watching. My face and lips are well prepped, so I'll start off with priming my skin, and I'm using Elle Ace Base Primer, and this basically is a pore filling primer. So this is supposed to smoothen out your skin and also make sure that your makeup lasts really long, and you don't need a lot of this stuff. Just a little bit goes a long way, and then you just want to warm it up in between your fingers and then tap it into the areas where you have most amount of pores or where you need a little extra help in smoothing your skin out. So for me, that's also under the eyes where I have a lot of fine lines because I like them to be a little bit smoother, and then around my nose area where I have the most amount of pores. You don't want to rub this in because that will end up pilling the product up, so you just want to tap it down very gently. The primer is well settled in, so now it's time to move on to my foundation, and today I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible Tinted Serum. Basically, this is a foundation with a serum-like consistency that's super lightweight on the skin, and this has beautiful medium coverage. So I'm going to take about half a pump of this. You don't really need a lot. A little goes a long way, and you can always add more if you're not satisfied with the coverage or with the amount of product you have. And then I'm just going to warm this up on the back of my hand. Now, warming up your base products really work because it makes it so much more blendable and easier to work with. So I will always suggest warming up your products to get a better finish on the skin. And once my product is amply warmed up, I'm just going to tap it on my skin to get a nice layer going on. Again, this just helps in getting an even coverage. You're not putting one product like at one place, but you're getting a nice even thin coverage going on everywhere. And once that is done, I'm going to move on to my brush, and I'm just going to wipe off my finger first and then just tap this into my skin. Now again, I'm tapping this because I have a silicone based primer underneath and I don't want any pilling. So if you rub it around too much, it can end up pilling your product up. So just tap. Now I have to say this shade of foundation is slightly deeper and slightly yellow for my skin tone, but I will be balancing everything out with the concealer. The shade 3 to 4 is a little too pink for me. So yeah, I'm somewhere in between both of these shades. So I just balance things out with the concealer and call it a day. Now I'm going to directly move on to my cream bronzer. I've been really enjoying doing my concealer after I'm done with my cream bronzer and blush because it just meshes everything into each other and just makes sure there are no harsh edges or lines. So today I'm using my LoveChild by Masaba bronzer stick, and this is a shade that's slightly lighter for me, but because I have a shade of foundation that's slightly deeper for me, it will just work. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to apply to the areas where sun would naturally hit or where I want certain shadows. So my cheekbones, slightly on the forehead, my chin and jawline, and also my nose. Now the reason why this will work in this particular look is because I will be lightening the other areas up. So because of the dark foundation underneath and the shade being not the deepest, it will just mesh together, match together and work well for me. So I'm just going to again tap this out and blend it out. It's a very beautiful creamy product that blends out like a dream. You saw that in real time. You don't even need to work hard with it. So it's perfect even for beginners. You can also use your fingers to blend it out. I just prefer my brushes because I have press on nails at almost all given points of time, and it could just like disrupt them, and also your nails can press into your skin like that and leave indentation marks. That happens with me all the time. So either I like to use brushes or I do my nails after I'm done with my makeup. That is just another tip that I would like to give to you if you're someone who loves press on nails, or if you have gel nails, then just use brushes and get rid of those indentation marks because I know they can be really frustrating. Now for my blush, I'm going to be using Rucha Beauty's Cloud Kiss. Now this is the only product from them that has slightly impressed me. I actually do really like this formulation. It works beautifully, and I have the shade Petal. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, and mine seem to have separated a little bit because I've only got oil. And then okay, not a big deal. I'll just shake it up a little bit and then try it out because this happens with a lot of product. Like separation is very normal. Just shake it up and you can use it again, no problem. So I'm just gonna take Take two of taking a little bit of this blush. I still seem to have more oil than product, but I think it will work. I'm gonna warm this up in between my fingers. As I told you guys, warming up your base product would really, really help you. And once that is done, I'm gonna just dab it on my cheeks. I don't seem to have enough color, so I'll probably layer it. Taking just the tiniest bit more of this blush. I don't want a lot because I have a little bit of color. Just an extra little bit of color is what I require, not a lot. And then again, I'm just gonna warm this up real quickly, and then I'm gonna go on my cheeks. I think I will now have a nice amount of color going on, but don't worry because we still have a concealer left. It will just balance everything out really nicely. And you see this harsh line? This is what I was talking about. I was just seeing that whenever I do my base like I normally do with my foundation, concealer, and then bronzer and blush, I had to go back in with my concealer brush to just like blend everything out. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do my concealer last so that I can skip on a step. And that's honestly, I'll take that any day, any day. Like the lesser steps I have to do my makeup and get a similar effect, I'm gonna take it. For my concealer now, I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution in Real Life Filter Finish Concealer, and this is in the shade C6, which is slightly lighter for me, but that's going to be perfect for today because we want to balance the foundation out. Now this is going to be a great tip if you have foundation shades that do not match you that well. Just use a lighter concealer, or you can also get custom like shade drops that will help you lighten up the foundation and make sure that you can get good use of this. So I'm just going to be applying a little bit of this concealer on my inner corners, just the tiniest amount, some on the outer corner, and then some on the other points, highest points of my face, to ensure that, you know, we have some structure, some balance in the face. Just applying a lighter shade of concealer on the highest points of your face brings light to your face, and also make sure that your face doesn't look fall flat or just you looks, you know, featureless of sorts. And then I'm going to start blending this concealer out, and I'm going to blend out my eyes the last because I want a little bit of extra coverage there as well. Now I do like this concealer a lot. It literally blends out, as you can see, so quickly and gives you a very, very smooth finish. And because this is not very extra hard to blend, it's perfect for the festive season when you don't want to take stress of blending out a concealer for like 20,000 years. This is quick, easy, and just looks gorgeous on the skin. Like, look at that finish. It has a beautiful soft matte finish. It's not dewy, it doesn't exaggerate your pores or anything, and even your fine lines, which is perfect for under eyes, especially if you have drier skin like mine, which has like really pronounced dry lines. This just ensures that you have like a smoother finish. And again, we're tapping to blend this out. We are not rubbing it in, we are not going in circular motions, we are tapping, 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 small little taps, and you will be done. And you can see how my face instantly looks so much more balanced when it comes to the color, and this has started matching my chest and my neck way, way, way better. So I'm just blending this concealer down into my blush to ensure that we have like a seamless transition of colors going on, and we don't have like stripes of blush, bronzer, concealer, and all of that going on. I'm also going to take a little bit of this on my eyes, not a lot. I'm not focusing a lot of coverage on my eyes, but I just want something smoothing on my eyes to ensure that my creasing is taken care of. But the creasing fact will be taken care of with the powder, not with this, because my eye, especially my right one, just creases no matter what I do. Like, no matter what product I'm using, it creases. My left doesn't. I have very different eye shapes on both of my eyes, and this is something that I've noticed, and I have to do slightly different makeup on both of them to ensure that they look balanced. It's just something crazy, happens with a lot of different people. And again, knowing your features is going to be your best weapon. No matter what products you use, if you don't know the right techniques to balance out your face and your, you know, products, then it's not going to work. So just look at yourself in the mirror every day for a couple of minutes to see your features, to really know your features, because if you don't do that, you will never know how to work with your features. And every face shape is so different. So no matter like whoever you follow, whatever tips you follow, if their tips is for a certain face structure or eye type, and if it's not yours, then it's just not gonna mesh together. So yeah, even if I'm trying to be as detailed as I can be, if your face structure, your eye structure is very different from mine, then maybe these tips won't work for you. These will work for me and for people who have similar structure than me. Of course, with base makeup and tapping and warming up your product, that's more general, that's more, you know, everyone can do it. But I'm talking about like niche tips wherein like it's about like doing one eye with a thinner liner, one eye with a thicker liner to make them look balanced is what I'm talking about. But yeah, we were talking and my concealer is all blended out as well already. That was magic, right? Now it's time to powder all of this down to set it in place and make sure it stays all day, all night. And I have the half and half Set It Good loose powder. Now this is a really beautiful loose powder. I was surprised when I used it, and it actually makes your skin look really, really flawless and almost filtered of sorts. So I'm just going to take the concealer brush that I just used, and I'm going to pick up my powder on this, and I'm going to just, swirl it around in my cap to ensure I don't have a lot of product and I have an even coating on my brush. And then I'm just going to tap it on my under eyes to ensure that all of the fine lines are filled in and my under eyes are nice and set. I've just been using my concealer brush to do my powder after my concealer, and for some reason it has been just making my under eyes look so flawless. Like, I don't know the science behind it, so don't ask me how it works. I try to always give you like reasons of why it's working and how it's working, but for this one I have absolutely no reason to give you guys. So I'm just gonna be telling you guys to try it out, and maybe it works for you as well, because it has worked for me so beautifully. And now for the final step of our base makeup, I have my Swiss Beauty Prep Set Matte Makeup Fixer. This is a micro makeup fixer. It has an aerosol spray, so it has a very even dispersion of product, so you don't have to constantly, shake it up or just do a lot of hand movements to get a nice even layer going on, because it is a micro mist. And it says matte, but it's not really matte. It gives your skin a beautiful natural finish. That's something I absolutely love. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it up first, and then I'm going to just spray it all over my face and give myself a quick little shower in my setting spray to ensure my makeup is long lasting and looks very, very natural, because this also meshes all of the powders together and ensures that there is no excess powderiness on your face and everything looks natural and beautiful and just seamless. Now that my base is done, it's time to move on to the eyes, and I'll start off with my brows. And I have the Swiss Beauty eyebrow pencil with me right here, and honestly this brow pencil is so good. I've talked about it a couple of times because it deserves all of the hype. It measures up to a lot of international formulations and it just works beautifully. So I'll start off with lining my underside of the brow first, and going in with the spoolie that comes with the pencil, I'm just going to brush this upwards to give my hair like strokes to my brows, because this just helps in making sure that the brows look slightly more natural and filled in and not super sharpy like. That's very easy to do. I always tend to go a little overboard, so I've been trying to pull back with the amount of brow filling that I do, but of course it's personal preference also. I like my brows done in a certain way, and if there's a certain way that you like you're doing your brows, then don't listen to anyone. Do them the way that you like, that you feel the most confident in, because that's what makeup is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel confident. It's not supposed to look good to anyone else but to you. So yeah, just fill it in the way you prefer to fill it in. I have a lot of brow tutorials if you're confused about how to do your brows, or if you want like a back to basics series where I talk about like different techniques and all of that, let me know. I can do that as well for you. But I'm just gonna be, constantly going back and forth with my spoolie to ensure that I have nice amount of blending going on and I don't have a lot of product just stuck in one place. And now to give some texture to my brows, I'm going to use my NYX Brow Glue. Basically this is a brow setting gel that's supposed to have a really strong hold. Honestly, for my brows this works for 15-20 minutes, and that's like a really good time. A really good time, not even kidding you, because the others don't even work for a minute. So I'm just going to be brushing my brow hair upward, and I'm going to leave it like that because they will settle down. They will look a little crazy right now, but trust the process, because mine settle down in like 10-15 minutes and they come back to like a naturalish shape. And I'm just going to push them down as well, because this will just stick them in place for a bit and then they'll fall down and just have some texture. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Elle Pro Infinity color palette, and I have never really tried it, so we're going to be trying it out together and hopefully this works really well for me. It has beautiful soft colors that I think will work perfectly for like a soft glam. So I'm going to actually start off by taking a nice fluffy blending brush and this rosy color right here to get like a nice transition shade going on. I'm just going to pick it up on my brush, get a nice coating, and then dust off the excess by tapping my brush on it. And then I'm just going to go into my crease and get a nice transition color laid down. What this will do is it will give a nice base to my eye, so that if I put any darker shade on, it has a ombre to go back to and it doesn't look like, again, stark or harsh on the eyes. I'm also going to quickly wrap this color around my lower lash line, again to make sure that I have some balance going on. I always like to have some color on my lower lash line, because if you don't, it seems a little too bare and can feel unbalanced of sorts. Then I'm going to pick up this beautiful deep dusty pink shade with the help of a shader blender brush, and there seems to be a lot of kickback in here, so I'm a little worried about this shade, but I'm going to dust off the excess so that there's no extra product on my brush. And then I'm going to go on my outer corner. I'm going to start off with swirling motions, and I'm just going to keep this color right here. I'm not bringing it too in because I want a deeper outer crease. I just want to have some depth in my eye, and to create that I'm restricting this to the outer corner and a little bit in my crease. So when I'm going up towards my crease, I'm not taking it down towards my lash line, just towards the crease, and then I'm going to wrap it on my lower lash line again, just to bring some dimension there. And if you get fallout like I have, don't worry, just take a clean powder brush and just dust it off, but do it quickly. If you let it sit on your skin for way too long, the pigment can stain your skin, and then you'll have to like add concealer and powder and whatnot. So as soon as you get fallout, just take a powder brush and just brush it off. And for my eyes, I'm going to pick up this gorgeous shimmery shade with the help of a flat shader brush that's quite stiff, so I can get nice amount of pigmentation going on. And then I'm going to swipe this across. Shimmers generally work best when they're swiped across because it just activates their shimmer particles. So I'm just going to swipe it with my brush, and this seems so pretty. Like, that shade is so gorgeous. Like, look at that shade, and it's layering up beautifully as well. Oh my god, this is perfect for the look that I'm going for. I'm actually going to put the same shimmery shade in my inner corners as well as slightly on my lower lash line, just the inner 1/3, to bring some light to my eyes, because this just enhances my eye shape so much and makes them pop. Now to enhance my eyes further but still keep them pretty soft, I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm going to pick up this brown shade. So we're going for a brown liner because brown is a much softer color than black, and I'm just going to stamp this as close as I can to my lash line, and I'm going to go in a back and forth motion to also smudge it slightly as I go. I don't want like a strong liner. I want a very soft smudgy liner to just add to my soft glam a little bit. Time to load up on my mascara, and I'm going to be using my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. This just makes my lashes look wow boom. It's actually a really beautiful mascara, and if you just did not like false lashes as much as I did, you can even skip them. I'm quickly going to put on some falsies, but this is totally optional. You guys can skip this step if you want to, but I'm going to be using my Hawtlash lashes in the variant Sicily. Now I really like my Hawtlash lashes because they're so easy to wear. They can be reused so many times. They're very strong, very durable, and the styles that they have are gorgeous. They have so many different styles for different eye types, different eye shapes, different everything. So it's perfect for everyone. You just need to find a lash style that works for you, and then you can stick to it. And now for my lips, I'm going to use Mars liquid lipstick in the shade Queen's Charm, and this is a beautiful neutral pink color with a little bit of cooler undertone, so it will match the eyes really well, and this is extremely long lasting while being super comfortable as well. It's not a drying matte, so this is great if you want lips that would look luscious, slightly blurred, and not feel dry and cracky at all. And that's my soft glam look all done and ready for the festive season. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And if you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe, because that would mean the absolute world to me. Also, if you do end up recreating this look, then please do share your photos with me. I would love to see them. And do let me know what other tutorials you guys would like to see, because I'm always looking forward to your suggestions. But with that, we come to the end of this video. Again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.